Hello and welcome. So, in the forgiveness challenge, I put up a post and was beautifully amazed at some of your gorgeous responses. In this video or video series, we're going to be talking about healing the mother wound, the father wound, the sibling wound. But I'm going to teach it from healing the mother wound. And actually, if you apply it, same concepts, swap out mother for father or siblings, same work. Okay. But I'm going to probably break this up into a couple of videos so that you can really dive deep. You're talking to somebody, me, who has spent a lot of time healing these wounds and knowing that it's a never ending journey. There's a point in your journey when you're like, oh, I have such gratitude that you can feel from your heart, which if you follow this video series, you will get there. The reason the mother wound, father wound, and sibling wound is so deep is because when we're children, our brains are in theta wave. We take everything at face value and our emotions aren't developed enough to understand really what's happening. So, like, let's just say your dad moved out for 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years or left. What happens is, the brain of a child is different than the brain of an adult. And so as a result, what a lot of children do is they just bypass it. They're like, okay, they don't let themselves either feel the pain, or if they feel the pain, they're taught not to. So dad left, I cried. Dad left, I got mad, or whatever. But they don't let themselves feel the depth of it. And what children do is they distract themselves, like adults do with alcohol. They distract themselves with another toy, playing a game, but they haven't actually let themselves feel the depth of it. Compare that to a 30-year-old who goes through a divorce. And if they let themselves feel the pain, they will take usually at least a year to work through that. Why? What's the difference when you're 30 and go through a divorce and when you're a kid and your dad or mom leaves? People would say, well, you're an adult now and you've given all your energy to this relationship. The main difference is the neuroscience of the brain. Okay. We also need to understand that children create immediate attachment to their mothers, fathers, and siblings, grandparents, whatever, and they became the safe place. And when that safe place wobbles even a little bit, it creates an emotional reaction in the child's brain that they don't know how to work through. Got it? And now fast forward a bunch of years, you're now adult, you're like, you realize you have a mother, father, sibling wound, which takes time to realize, just so you know. Let's say you've realized it, you're in this forgiveness challenge, like, okay, WTF, Divvy, what do I do? And that's what this video series is all about, okay? First step is to give yourself a break. You need to recognize that the child in you didn't know how to interpret it, okay? Put it onto a shelf or dealt with it in the way they could. But as an adult, you put up a wall to it, and now you can actually see that it impacted you. And I'm not going to go through how to realize it impacted you, because I'm assuming that those of you watching this video series realize it's impacting you, because that's another 5 video series on how to do that. We're going to go from this point of, I know it's impacted me, but now what do I do? Okay. So step 1 is to realize you didn't know how to emotionally process it when you're a kid. Step 2 is to realize that you may have processed it in a non-healthy way. Okay. Step 3 is to realize that the adult version of the interpretation is different than a child version. And anytime you find yourself saying, yeah, it wasn't a big deal, I'll use my siblings as an example. It took me years to realize I had a sibling wound. Okay. And I felt bullied by them. But for years, I was like, whatever, no big deal. It's fine. That's just who they are. That was the rational psychological reason. But every time I would end up on a call with them, I'd feel this wall up. So it was telling me something. But it took me a while to really realize what that wall was. So when you realize you have a wound that you haven't processed, you cannot look at it from the adult version. You have to look at it from the children version. Okay? That's what the next bunch of videos are going to teach. This was more of a preamble opening video. But the next bunch of videos are going to teach you how to do it now as an adult with child wounds. Okay? So what we're diving into is more shadow work, but the last parts of shadow work are going to be forgiveness. So this is my preamble video to get you started, but please pay attention to the rest, because it's going to be really dense and really thick. But if you actually do that, and don't put a time on it, don't put, okay, I got to figure this out in 20 days. I figure this in 2 days. It's not like that. If you watch this video and are full, leave it. Don't go to the next video. If you watch the video like, okay, I'm full, but I've digested it. Let me go to video 2. Go to video 2. All right. Amazing. Lots of love till the next one.